Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue our Let's Play of this DeathWorld, where we last episode just got a lot of the things working and also got some utility signs going among other things and fixed a ton of things around the base. As promised, I very much want to start to get some kind of robotic network up and running. So I think the start of this episode will be us planning out how it will look. If any of you know me, and I think some of you, or most of you, do quite well by now, you do know that I love to make things modular. So of course that is what I'm gonna do yet again. One thing is, I want to try a different design. Normally I just do roboports. And of course I will do that again. But instead of using big electric power poles, medium ones or small ones that I've used before, I want to try and make one with substations where all of the power will be supported all the time. I also want to show a neat little trick in terms of what we can do, and hopefully I can figure it out. I haven't done it too much before, but in case we sort it out, it's going to be quite good. So let's try and plan out how we want our grid. Right now I'm still waiting for logistics system, because as soon as this one is done, we will go for our robotic mall. So if we do our completely standard setup for these, I'll just plan it out. I'd like to get maximum coverage. In my entry level 2 megabase series that ended off with a robotic network as well, with its quite a lot of these in parallel, and in theory I think we can hook most up. Not quite sure how they line up to each other though, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, this gives us a nice blueprint that in theory in the future we can stamp down however we want and it will work. Now for the second part of any good blueprints, and that is how can we power all of this going forward. As I teased at the start of this episode, a minute or so ago, I want to try and do it with substations, so we'll have to do it somehow to get everything covered. And I have an idea in mind. So if we do something like, I think it's right here, we'll cover about, or maybe even up here. We'll cover this entire one, and we can get them to cover in like this. So if we place one here, let's just start to plan things out, and then we will slowly get more and more precise with how we want to do this. We'll do these four. Can we then have one in between? Luckily they can just connect up like this. We'll do you here. Oh, let's get you away so I keep having some. I'll do this on all four sides. And then in theory we can keep one here in the middle, because that gives us coverage of this entire area with power, and we have roboports. What I want to do then is, if this is standard, so we always have roboports here, we always have these substations at these locations. In theory, we should be able to always overlay these going forward and have a nice little grid that we can never misplace. That is at least what I'm hoping. And this should connect up very nicely. In these, we can do, for example, let's say we have 2 lines running. We can then do some of these in between and then have a few over here. It won't line up correctly all the way here, but I can kind of live with that if that gives us at least enough to do something like this with double inputs. I think that'll be cool, and we can always remove some of this in case we need more room. But as a start for blueprints, I think this could be quite nice. We could also add lights. I will wait with that for now, and maybe add it sometime in the future. So now for the thing that I am dreading I might not get to work, because I haven't really tried it that much before. I can't remember if it's a new function with 0.1. But if we see this, if we just create a normal blueprint, let's try that. You can see we can place it wherever we want, and we can kind of misalign it. To show a bit better, we can do it from the new 0.1 map view. And in theory, if you look here, I can just place one completely misaligned. And I don't want that. I always want them to be able to connect up like this. And this does take a bit too long to plan out. Let's remove all of this. And it leaves room for errors. And that is one thing I don't like. So a function we can use to sort this out, which actually is quite brilliant when you try to make modular bases, is that if you go in here and activate this grid size, so it always have a repeating pattern when building by dragging. So if I activate this one and do absolute reference points, we can then see this is pretty much the area. So if I save this one and go out, what we'll see is that now it jumps, as you can see, at certain intervals. But if we just show it here, let's see, we can probably show it here. It doesn't line up correctly. We need these two to line up directly on top of each other. That means we have to go in here. We have to tweak this little grid a bit. So in theory, we want these to connect up in the corners. So we set it to a 50 by 50 instead. You can see the green corners have changed. If we then shift and click the little flag here, or anything of it, we can move it around. So if we line it up somewhere like here, I think will work. Just at the corner where we want these to pretty much overlap in case you're doing more. And save the blueprints. We now should be able to take it. It might not line up with this one, and that doesn't matter. I just kind of want to delete this one now. But now we can take this and look. If we do a little test here, it will always line up when we move it, and we can do this quite easily to expand out. And as simple as that, we have a nice blueprint we can use. I'm just gonna deconstruct this again. And like that, we have a blueprint we can use all the way around. And no matter where we place it, it will always line up with the rest of the blueprint. So I can start down here, put one here. I can then put one here, and I can put one here, for example. And these will still line up because I know all the corners will connect up correctly. So that is kind of the plan I have for a little grid. That's all of them away. So let's just get this into our little blueprint book with different things. And that will kind of be our starting out grid. But in this grid, we'll add corners, trains, rails, walls and such. So we have a blueprint for every kind of expansion we want to do. That'll make expanding this base out much easier going forward. It's fine. So let's pick up this, and since our logistics system is done, I think one of the first things we should focus on making might actually be a little mold that can craft the things we need for adding this out to the rest of the world. So let's pick up these robots. Let's go down south and try and set something up that can work. We could start it just right here. Can we line it in? So maybe right here will be our first robotic mole. We'll have to get some of these resources up here to drop it off. All the main things we need. But that is just splitting everything up instead. That shouldn't be too bad to do. We could also start it down here at the bottom of these, since they have most of what we need already. But I'd rather just split it out. So Why don't we set it up right here? It doesn't really matter how it looks up, because it lines up here. So that is actually quite good. So what if we place you like that? Ooh. Yeah, we need to get some some defense up and running. So let's try and get this built. Might want to go and grab some more red circuits for more substations. And maybe some steel as well. I'm guessing that's what we're gonna lack. It is. That way we at least have enough substations to get this going. Also want to make some requester chests. And some passive provider ones. So we have something to start out with. Just gonna steal a lot of this, because that is very much needed before we get the things going. So let's start to make the self-expanding little setup of our dreams. Please go here. I'm not going to remove these trees just yet, since they are quite nice to have. What's in? Let's go this way. That is pretty much a little setup. Let's just get these trees away. As soon as this is working, we will finally have some way of clearing out all the things. But yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Let's also upgrade some of this to increase that one, and maybe even the flying speed. And that one. Just to have something going. So now we have this. For the first one, I'll just connect it up with one of these to get the power flowing. That should be nice and easy to do. We'll dismantle this going forward, of course. But for now, it should work. Now to plan how we would make a mall. In theory, we can do something like this. But since this is one item production, we might as well just get the robots to move in the things we need. Instead of moving things in bulk. We can do that in the greater cells. So maybe leaving the main bus here that can add things into our grid going forward. Because I don't want to transport everything by robots. I feel that would be a bit cheaty at this stage. So if we look at something that could work, we do have a lot of empty space over here we're not using. We could in theory move things out a bit more and give ourselves more room inside. Don't know if we should do that. Because then we'll have things overlapping. No, we'll still need to have two lines in here, so it wouldn't give us any more room. So let's try this. What if we started right here? And the way I want to do it is my patented way of doing it. So we can do a requester and a requester. And do the passive in the middle. Or we can do it like this to make it go the same way. Then we can add in... Okay, we don't need the power, that's already hooked up. So that does make it a lot easier to hook in. So let's get the things we need. In theory, let's get in, out, and limit it to, could say 1 stack for now, as a default. And then we'll upgrade it going forward. Let's also get requests from buffer chests. That is also quite nice to have. So if we do this one, let's see how many can we fit in just as a little test. Can easily go all the way down to the edge. Might actually want to move it up here, because that lines up a bit better than what we did before, and that still leaves some room before the next one starts. Can we do this there and get one more in here? So that gives us the same amount of space. Well, robots, do your thing. And then we have the start of a very nice robotic mall. We should probably add in just a bit of storage maybe in this one for now. So robots have somewhere of dropping off the things they need. We'll also add a few of you to the network to start collecting whatever is in the way, or placing down what we need. So let's see here. If we start with getting all of our chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will mean we can request you. Logistic storage 2. Oh yeah. I request in a lot of these. That's fine. 2. And get a few more of you. That one. And then get steel just down here. That should be all we need to activate these. This one even. Getting our items flown in. So we also need the substation. We could in theory add in all of these going forward, so we have some storage for it. So 1, don't need that one. 2 and 3. Request you, request that one and that one. That will slowly fill up until we have 50. To get this one made, we will need some iron sticks as well. So let's just get this one to go for a little while. So right now, I want to get all the resources in. We can just park it outside here. So in theory, we can have all of this below here for main bus design. And then start to do all the robot things up here above. Let's get that away. Luckily, we have robots that helps us in the robotic network as well. And just drops things off. So let's see, you want red, green in some of it. So if we just turn you and jump you as intended, you'll have to jump. I think it'll be right here. We'll just go all the way up until we're in a safe location. Let's just stop it right here. And right here we'll add it into a passive provider chest. Of course, one that's limited to not hold an insane amount. Oh, we can't do that. Let's see if we do. Let's go grab some things and get all of this flowing. Don't need you, don't need that. We do need you to do this. And we'll do the same for the green circuits down here. Then we'll start to add all the things we need to this this mall. Come with me, that's fine. Get some of you. And stack inserters, we can make some. We should probably add it into our little mall up here. Or the make everything factory. I think we could call it something like that. If you go here and limit you to, let's say, 3 stacks. Oh, it's of course outside the power, but with a little grid we can do this. Lines up nicely. Actually still fits in right there. So if we do you, then we'll power all of these. And now we can start to supply things we need for these. All we need to add in just a few logistic robots. It does need to be fast, it just needs to move things at a nice steady pace. So that's one part. Then we just need steel and green circuits to get pretty much all of our chests up and running. So let's grab you. You can just kind of go up right here. Will that be fine? They won't interfere with anything. And we'll then just jump. There's a few tiles. You'll go up this way. And let's grab this little blueprint here, because we know that fits. And jump all the way up here with the green circuits as well. Into our newly made factory. Please copy you, add you there, and please get the rest of this built. It seems actually we might be able to just have room for this on the main bus. And it just grabs it from there. We'll see how it goes if we can actually just drag this all the way down and it doesn't interfere too much with things. But for now at least, we might actually be able to grab it from there. We'll try that with the steel so I can show you the difference. The binders are still going rather crazy. So that will flow up this way. Oh, we're actually backlocking these. Great. Let's get a few more of you made. That should start to go. Then I'll try to add in just the steel down here to show you how it can look if you just take it from the main bus. So in that case, I'll just jump. Here I can jump you from here, maybe 2 back. And we can add in 1 passive. Right here on the line. You'll just grab a bit of that. Also, is no power. But if you line you up there, oh, we'll make it move up top, as I don't have to fly as far. I think that is the best solution for now. Let's grab this pot, and you'll go here. Yeah, I'd rather do this. That way it's easier for the robot to grab what it needs and slowly deliver it to the network. This will of course start to require more and more power. We'll have to remember that. So here goes the steel. That is slowly being funneled up. And that should be enough to activate all of our chests here. It's being produced. It will take a while, but since we have so many other things we need to do, we'll just let these do our little mole part. Ooh, and look how nice this grid is. It's gonna look good. That is what I'm feeling. Of course, we also need to make much more logistic robots to move things around. That would be the optimal situation. So now we actually have robots moving. Let's just watch them do their thing. Here goes some more steel. Oh, almost delivered enough for it to do its job. I just want to make sure that things are working as intended. So one chest out, that's going to get picked up. Going to be added into active riders first. And look at that, we have automated this part. Now to get copper and iron up here, to activate more things, we will just get it in very easily. We can easily fit in 2 more on this side. So if I grab you, to be honest, if I grab this one and say 1, 2, that can be our copper and iron flowing in. So there and there. Let's get you away. Let's get you away. Ooh, that's a bit annoying, but we can easily fix that by doing that one. We're actually moving back 1 more right here. And doing a little jump for the rest of the things. Let's see. Please build the rest of you. Oh yeah, it's right here. That means we'll jump this one to there. And you can kind of go up this way. This feels wrong somehow. Oh well, it does a job, but it doesn't fit in here. Why is it? Oh yeah, we'll have to do this one to make it look correct, like that. So this one goes in, goes both ways, and you'll just go straight. That gives us copper all the way to the end, at least in a little bit. And there we are. Get you and you to add in what we need. Copper flowing. Let's get the iron hooked up. Well, that is actually consuming quite a bit of things. Right here can pretty much just do that. No need to use a red belt though. So iron, copper, that's all the basic building blocks for most of the things. At least for all of our labs and such. That also means we can, look at that, start to set up a military line. Or even more things. Because I want to have most of this being made up here. Let's see, what else do we need in here? We pretty much need to get more gun turrets, lace turrets and such. Because getting that in will mean that we can automate the production of our defense. Let's just go and save the little defense we have up here. Let's just get some more repair packs from down here. There we are. Give me some of you. And anything else we need? Could get 50 of you. Okay, so all of that is flowing in. Brilliant. So what is the next thing I want to add here? One of the things we were working towards before was also getting solar. That is kind of in here now. We could, in theory, just add solar to our other setup up there since we have all the things in we need. Might be a bit overkill. We could, though, add in the speed modules and such. Can just get one of each. I know it's gonna be 2 of these, supply 1 of these. Or is that correct? Or 1 of these, yeah. 2 of these, because in 30 seconds they make 2. This needs 4 every 30, so 2 to 1. And over here we have 2.5 to 1. So it's pretty much the 2 to 2 to 2, and that's almost the correct ratio. And they will need that to make some of this go. They are rather expensive, but quite important for our modular setup. It is quite a lot we'll have, well, it's not a lot we'll have to transport by air, because it does require a lot. So maybe if we set up some circuits, we can do 1, 2, well, that fits in pretty nicely. Gives us 1 free spot, that is getting made. We have all the, what's called, chests being made. And if we didn't say, we can leave, or you can be gear wheels instead, for now. Because we do need you as well. So you'll do gear wheels. And all of these can be different modules of speed, efficiency, and productivity. We could, in theory, upgrade it a bit more, but if we need this in high production, I'll do it somewhere else. Right now, I just kind of want this to get going, if you catch my drift. So getting in processing units will kind of activate this for everything we need. This one is pretty much just missing steel. That can't keep up whatsoever. Oh wait, it can. We're just lacking the robots. So let's go add the processing units in here. That is consuming a lot of resources now. It also means we probably have to do something with the green. Let's see. Processing units are only going to the right at the moment. I want you to go to the left. All the way to our mall. Which is quite easy to do. And let's just grab ourselves some. If we have some, that is. Let's grab some of you. That gave us some processing units, and it gave us enough for more robots. There we are. More robots, that's always nice. Clear you out. And then there was a... Oh, we need to activate this, give this a lot more speed. Let's do that there, and get you all the way back there, because I don't want to get the robots to travel this this far by itself. So come with me, please. So let's see. I'm doing all this to keep the main bus style alive. I don't want to kill that. Let's get it in. Could be right here. Oh, that's a bad way to do it. Let's just grab you. You'll pretty much just go all the way at the edge here. That will be our blue circuits. And you'll go up that way. So processing units flowing in as well. Things are being consumed. We'll add in some more robots, since that is the main thing we're missing. Let's just grab some of you from here, since we actually have it. Means we should be able to make a lot more of these. Yeah, if we get flying robot frames in, we can also get that automated. This one we do have enough to automate as well. So let's copy our blueprints. I would like to get... Well, just get these two for now. Please save that. And then I kind of want some of it up here. You'll be our port. We can get the other robots here as soon as we get things flown in. And I think that is the start of most of what we need. The rest we'll get soonish. Do comment what you think we should get more in this mall. How we should expand out this little network, because it will fill all of this out when we're done. And the ability to do this, just stamping things down and using it wherever we need, is such a godsend. And it covers, it almost fits in here as well. But I don't know if it covers the wall. We might have to move some things. Oh god, yeah. Well, that gets repaired. Perfect. So anything else you want to get in here at the dying part of this episode? How's the power looking? That's going up. I think reports are still quite low. And hopefully we have enough charging here. Otherwise we can always fill in all of these all the way to the top to get that going. But now at least we have most of the things we need to get this going. Please request these. You can start to request that. Not that we have everything we need, but things are getting made. That is the start. So hopefully you'll tune in next time. I know this was a bit more of our just building this blueprint for our new base and our new make everything mall. That is kind of what we're going for. And hopefully you enjoy this kind of building. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Trying to get it to copy the blueprint. And just get a lot of materials consumed. And get you done. And I just want to get you placed down. Good. I have a shift button that is quite broken at the moment, it seems. There we go. At least now all of this is going. We'll start to make all different things so we can actually hopefully make a power armor in the next episode. If we don't use all of it going forward. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As I said, do comment down below what you think about this. I think it's gonna be very good. And do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And with that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.